Hard times, living on the red line, broken hopes and dreams. It shouldn't be like this. We didn't vote for this. There's one thing I want to know. What's the point of Nick Clegg? 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 For a year we've been in it together. The NHS is down on its knees. Got no job, it's too expensive to study. 'Cause I ain't got no trust fund backing me. We were gonna get a better voting system. He was gonna give more hope to the young. If you had to give him a score for his efforts, marks out of 10, he'd get 1. What's the point of Nick Clegg? I don't know. What's the point of Nick Clegg?
On there.
We should be there singing this morning.
Just none about us for tomorrow storm, right? In John James, so.
Where are you working, Neil?
What's the point of Nick Clegg? 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 For a year we've been in it together. The NHS is down on its knees. Got no job, it's too expensive to study. 'Cause I ain't got no trust fund backing me. We were gonna get a better voting system. He was gonna give more hope to the young. If you had to give him a score for his efforts, marks out of 10, he'd get 1. What's the point of Nick Clegg? I don't know. What's the point of Nick Clegg? I don't know. What's the point of Nick Clegg?
Trading in is being replaced by banking executives across Europe. You have the disgraceful situation with the likes of Italy and Greece. Their democratically elected government has had to stand aside and let the bankers come in to supposedly save the Eurozone. Absolutely scandalous. We cannot tolerate it and let it happen. Nick Clegg's been in the press today talking about introducing a tycoon tax. Well, I've got a bit of advice for him. We should call it the greedy, lying, robbing bastards tax. That should catch the majority of them. Vince Cable, 2 years too late, is talking about encouraging the banks to start lending. If you look at the leaflets that are being produced on behalf of the Northern TUC via the PSA, this message was being stated by the trade unions 3 years ago, that the banks had stopped lending because they weren't gaining interest that they wanted, and they've created the economic crisis through greed. The Lib Dems are going to lose the seats in the next election. There is no question of that. We have to prevent those Lib Dems that are disenchanted from voting Tory. Therefore, we have to have a credible Labour opposition. Where are we today? The leader looks, in my opinion, like Harry Potter without the glasses, and I'm sure he's got to learn the Harry Potter's cloak, because he's invisible. And I have to say this is personal, not GMB, by the way. We cannot win the next election with Ed Miliband. We cannot do it. No. And the time has come to have a new leadership there. They are tainted by the last regime, and I believe it's time to elect a woman leader of the Labour Party, because women in this country are being penalised disproportionately compared to the rest of the working class. I understand from a recent survey that the job loss since the coalition came to power.
Men have stopped working and the towns they've stopped growing. Ponies have stopped pulling and the farmers have stopped sowing. Need work to be done by the working man. There's need money to be made and need fun to be had. There's need work to be done by the working man. As a young woman new to trade unionism, at first I was a bit sceptical about what the trade unions could do for me and how.
So look on YouTube and type in, Lib Dem broken promises, and you can actually watch it all. The broadcast features an earnest and innocent-looking Nick Clegg walking through our dismal streets, and I don't know where they found him Gateshead, but anyway, tower blocks, lamenting the broken promises of others. And he said, "I believe it's time to do things differently. I believe it's time for fairness in Britain. I believe it's time for promises to be kept." Now, I'm afraid to say that because of that rhetoric like that, the reputation of politicians is probably at an all-time low. And no wonder, when we have the likes of Nick Clegg, the leader of the Lib Dems and the Deputy Prime Minister, raising the art of telling barefaced lies to a new and unprecedented height. So Nick, welcome to Gateshead. Let's just review some of the promises that you've made to the people of Britain to get your backside on a soft leather interior of a ministerial car. Yes, you said no frontline cuts. protect the NHS budget, 3,000 more police officers, keeping VAT at 17.5%, keeping the Future Jobs Fund, keeping educational maintenance allowances, preserving tax credits for middle earners, no bonuses for bankers and directors, 3,000 more midwives, keeping universal child benefit, no new nuclear power stations, keeping the Child Trust Fund for the poorest families, no more top-down reorganisations of the NHS, and of course, scrapping tuition fees. Comrades, I'm running out of credit. However, the Lib Dems and their Tory masters have only been in power for 2 years, and the list goes on and on. Broken promise after broken promise, cynical lie after cynical lie. Frankly, comrades, where I sit in the Commons in Prime Minister's question time, next to Lavery and next to Dennis Skinner and Ronnie Campbell, because the crack's good, sitting on the naughty step, directly opposite the Lib Dems, and they vacillate between two modes. Half the time they look like the cast of Fraggle Rock, and the other half time, when the right-wing Tories are attacking the coalition from the right, they look like the Glums. Well, frankly, they can't get away with it. They're out in the country at places like Gateshead, wringing their hands, telling everybody how dreadful everything is, and it's not really their fault. Well, I'm here to tell the northeast of England and Gateshead today, it is their fault. They're going through the voting lobbies. They're going through the voting lobbies, time after time after time, voting for all the dreadful things which are happening to my constituents, your comrades, your friends and families. We are actually witnessing the most cynical and concerted attack on the living standards of ordinary people that we've ever seen in living memory. Not since Thatcher, since ever we can remember. They're attacking the vulnerable, they're attacking the poor, they're attacking children, they're attacking the elderly. Let's not let them off the hook, colleagues. There'll be May elections for council candidates in May for the Liberal Democrats. Vote against them, vote them out, and get the message to their leadership. It's not acceptable. They can't be off the hook. They can't lie anymore. They are absolutely and utterly culpable with everything that this right-wing Tory government is doing. Thank you very much indeed.
I didn't prepare a speech. It's not going to be too long because I'm absolutely knackered, or knackered, as we say up here. We ran this run because we're bloody angry, basically. I'm co-chair of the NHS Consultants Association, and we believe in a publicly funded, publicly provided and publicly accountable NHS. This bill is going to completely undermine the founding principles of the NHS. It is a denationalisation and privatisation bill. It's as simple as that. The professions don't want this. The managers in the NHS don't want this. The public don't want this. I've heard from lots of doctors up and down the country, including the Royal Colleges, and the Royal College of Paediatrics say it will damage children's health. The British Geriatric Society say it's going to damage the health of older people. And the UK Faculty of Public Health think it will damage the health of the people of England. Yet what we've got is a political class.
Save our jobs, our factories, and we ask you to get off the fence you're sitting on, look at your policy, and send a message to Cameron. This is an absolute disgrace. Everyone else, lobby your MP, take our message to your communities and fight with us because we will lead it. Thank you very much. Keep the employed factories open. Thank you.
Thank you, Clegg. Colleagues.
Of the mega-rich private companies that are going to come in and milk the profits out of the health service. Are you on the side of the most vulnerable people in our society? And are you going to stick up for their benefits? Or are you going to join the capitals and the A4Es and everybody else who's squeezing the profits out of the benefits system while people who need benefits are suffering day in, day out? Are you on the side of young people looking for just a decent start in life? Or are you on the side of the mega-rich 1% who are milking this country for everything they can? Wages have doubled in the last year while everybody else is struggling to pay the bills. Are you on the side of ordinary working families trying to do a decent day's pay, a decent day's work and just get by? Or are you on the side of an aggressive, destructive, obnoxious, right-wing government that are destroying this country? It's time to decide!
Thank you very much for that. Let us hope that those behind us have got the message. Thank you very much for coming today. It's been a fantastic turnout. Let's keep the fight up. Thanks.
Now you're a hypocrite. Okay, Nick. Students hate you. Okay, Nick. Now you're a Tory boy, and we all hate you. We say, okay, Nick. Now you're a hypocrite. Okay, Nick. Students hate you. Now you're a Tory boy, and we all hate you. You said, vote for me, I'm a Lib Dem. But you turned into a Tory. You said, I won't raise tuition fees, but voted for the increase. We say, okay, Nick. Now you're a hypocrite. Okay, Nick. Students hate you. Okay, Nick. Now you're a Tory.